Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to day 25 of Vlogmas. So it is the final Vlogmas, which I'll be honest, I'm happy that it's the final one. I've struggled at times with this, and I did say, like, even in the reels which you'll see below, I did say if I was struggling or it was becoming too much, I wouldn't continue, I would take time off, and I haven't. I've just carried on, and I think it was because I honestly don't know why I've carried it on. So I'm at Tesco, I've just got here, just been with my doctor for 45 minutes. I'll talk about that in a little while. Obviously I'm not going to go into details about my doctor's appointment. So I can't believe how busy the car park is. That probably shows what the shop's going to be like. So yeah, don't my hair look nice? I washed it last night, which you would have seen in yesterday's rubbish vlog. But I'm hoping I film a lot today so you get a lot of me. I just can't believe how busy it is. And I don't know where to look for a trolley. I should take one up with me, or I should look for one. There's someone literally got a massive trolley and all he's got in it is one small bag and a loaf of bread. Like, what have you got a trolley for? I need to put my coat on, I've got a dress on. Yes, I've got my coat on. Do you know what? It's so comfortable wearing a dress with ties. It's more comfortable than wearing jeans. I'm really surprised I haven't worn a dress for a couple of months, I don't think. And it's a dress where I've got two of the same because I thought I'd literally live in it and then I didn't. Whew. My makeup's looking good as well today. Look at my skin. It's that new foundation I picked up the other week in B&M, that Max Factor one, because I was using a Max Factor one that I'd not used in ages because I didn't know what I thought of it. And then I was using it, I was like, oh, this is really good. And then when I saw that one on offer for $5.99 in B&M, I was like, I'm going to get that. It actually makes my skin look good. I do have a new primer underneath though, a Radiance one, and I think that's what's giving me the glow as well. It's 1:10. I don't know what time I went in the shop. It's manic though. I think it comes to like £80, but then I had some Tesco vouchers. I think I had like £26 worth of vouchers. God, my hair looks good. I didn't know you could get frozen porridge. And I was getting a bag of ice and I spotted these and they were on offer for 38p, so I think they reduced a clear. I'm going to literally have one now because I've not had breakfast or lunch. So I'm going to put it in the microwave. So I got 2 blueberry and 2 plain. I'm going to show you what I got from Tesco, even though I have forgotten potatoes, and I mean for roast potatoes. So I got 2 packs of these. They're 29p, but they don't look too good. I got a creamy buttery mash, I got Charlotte potatoes, 2 bags of parsnips, 29p as well. They're not, they're like £1. I don't like parsnips, so my dad's going to be having a lot of parsnips. 2 Quark yogurts and strawberry. This is for my dad. Again, he's got 2 lots already, but this isn't from, what's it called, Tesco. This is from a farm shop. I've not been there today. Bacon, that's for my dad. There is something missing here, I'll show you that in a minute. Some red grapes, some mixed weight organic free-range eggs, some tomatoes, I don't know how they're going to fit in the fridge. Cauliflower was 29p, again that's for my dad because I don't like cauliflower. Oh, I forgot to get cabbage. My dad's just gone to the shop, so I'm going to text him in a minute. Lemons to put under the turkey to help keep it moist whilst it's cooking. Turkey flavoured jumbo. a custard that has split there, so needs sealing somehow. Chicken, what are they called? Stock cubes. Got 2 of these. They're like an egg custardy thing, but they've got a different name. Sage and onion stuffing. We're making stuffing. I'll show you sausage meat in a second. That's from another shop. It's from that shop where the pies have come from. I just picked this up because it was 25p, and I've not had like this sort of stuffing in years, so I thought it'd just be interesting. This is for tonight, chicken Kievs. We've got the mashed potato to go with it. I might put something else with it. Hello? Do you want some dinner? Yeah, chicken dinner. I don't know why I just said chicken dinner. I don't know if it is chicken. Oh, it is chicken with chicken. Ooh, you got some chicken in your dish. Yeah. I got another one of these, which I'm happy about. I've nearly demolished the other one. Garlic again to go under the turkey to give it a garlicky scent. It helps keep it moist as well. 2 bags of carrots. I actually have not been through the vegetable drawer, so I could have rolled. These were 29p a packet as well. White bread for the stuffing, normal bread for normal times. These are for my dad because I realised when I was going through all the snacks that the predominant snack owner is me, especially with the crisps, so I've got him them 2. I picked up 2 of these last week and they were £3, and it's been reduced to £2.25 today, so I picked up another one. I thought this was appetizer, and it's grapetizer. Never had it. I picked up a bistro chicken just in case. I got 2 Dr Peppers. There's the sausage meat. It's frozen. My dad's just picked it up, so we defrosted it. I got my milk that I have in my tea and my coffee. This is to make proper book space because there is a bottle of champagne in the fridge, and there's other champagne around the house. There's champagne up there. So we're going to have it tomorrow. Actually, I need to check we've got champagne glasses. No, we've just got 1 wine glass. That's fun. This is for the dog's Christmas dinner, even though she does have another one as well, so she'll be having a lot of wet food. Good job I'm not taking her out for a walk. I got a Dr Pepper, 2 Monster energy drinks, some sage, some green giant sweet corn, and that. There's toilet rolls. I'll show you the stuff in a minute. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of tablets in there. Yep, and she's just messed my prescriptions up again. I need to speak to her about that. I noticed one of the things when I'd left, well actually I stood at reception talking to someone, and I've had to order something that she didn't put on. And she's put stuff on I don't even need, so that's everything that I can show you. Oh yeah, I got another gift. Oh god, another gift bag because my dad's got gin for someone, so I just picked that up for him. And that is everything except for what's in the freezer. She really needs brushing. Hello? Are you talking about me? In the freezer, I just had to chuck some stuff out. Yeah, it's a freezer. Some Ice Baby. Then I got 4 of these, so I got 2 plain and 2 blueberry. What do you think to that, Trouble Lugs? It's like I'd eat it out the microwave. Put me in it, I'll lick it out. Yes. Good girl. So I was meant to actually show it before I wrapped it, but I totally forgot and sat on my phone. So this is the dressing gown, which you would have seen a vlog or 2 ago. I love this wrapping paper. It matches my nails as well. Look at that. Is it going to focus? They are actually got a slight gutter to them, but it's, there you go. So the next 3 things are 3 links things. That's why I'm just doing 3 this time. So there's 2 Africa body wash. and one Dark Temptation body spray. I don't have that many more presents to wrap, to be honest. I've not wrapped any for a few days, but I did tell you I haven't spent much money this year. So that's that 3 wrapped. I've nearly used up all of that wrapping paper. I'm gonna finish it off on the next ones, I think. I obviously did that big one, but I did my mum's big one, Jill, the blanket in that. So that's why that's run out quicker than the others. So I'm gonna finish that off. Then I might go do a couple of them. I haven't got that many to wrap, so these are the next 2 items. So you would have seen that there was Nivea stuff for my dad, and I said I was going to get the matching face wash. Then I discovered I already have got him a face wash. He's had this before, but I did get him a few Nivea things which you would have seen. Like I got him the moisturiser and the aftershave balm, so it would have been nice if I had the face wash, but as I've already got this I didn't want to do that. But here is the shower gel body, face and hair. Ooh. So the next 2 bits of wrapping. The next 2 items. I think this is my dad's favourite, I think. Shaving gel always come in handy. And I got in the L'Oreal Men Expert Fresh Extreme 48 Hour in Ice Cool Effect. There's only one more present after this. They're the ones that I've wrapped so far today. So I finished it in that. I didn't show you, but it's a box of chocolate mints things. But it's all wrapped now. I've not got him much. Like, this is nothing compared to what he normally gets. I mean, that's the most expensive thing here because he has had his 2 main presents. So, yeah, nothing exciting here. All there is body lotions, body sprays, not body spray, body wash, electric toothbrush heads, aftershaves, chocolates, 1 bottle of beer, chocolate bazools, a book and a DVD. That's it. He's not had that much spent on him this year. He's probably going to be annoyed, but can't keep doing it. This is very much needed, seeing as today all I've had is a Tenzing energy drink and 2/3 a bottle of Dr Pepper. That's all I've had. So I'm having this. Tea's in the oven. 20 to 9. EastEnders is on. So I thought I would film a lot today. I thought I'd be chatty and have plenty to say, but I haven't. And now I'm like, oh, I've not got much footage. I thought I'd have a lot more than what I've got. Like my makeup smudge, you can tell it's coming to the end of the day. I've got my NASA t-shirt on and pyjama bottoms. I've not had these on long actually. I stayed dressed for a very considerable amount of time today. I think till about 10 o'clock, maybe a little bit later. I had my dress on all day with my tights and boots, and then I went upstairs and I just got changed an hour or so ago. I honestly thought I would film so much on my last Vlogmas, and that was my intention as well. I thought I would film bits here and there, but I might as well talk you through my day, seeing as I want to make a bigger vlog than what's actually going up, because at the moment it's not very long. So, oh god, my arm's getting dead already. My makeup is badly smudged. It even smudged up there. I've been like having to rub it off. That's why my eyeshadow doesn't look as good now. So, I'm having to hold it two-armed. I was up very, very late last night, even though I had to get up no later than, I think it was 9:10. So, because I had a doctor's appointment, which I didn't talk about on purpose. So, I can't remember what time I went upstairs, but it was late because I filmed the Vlogmas that you saw on Monday on like at 1 in the morning leading into Monday, because I worked very well and I just didn't film anything. So, you know, I think there's 3 in total that were absolutely rubbish during Vlogmas, and there were weekend ones, I think, from memory. And yeah, went up to bed, couldn't get to sleep at all, and I kept like thinking, oh my god, I've got to get up, I've got a doctor's appointment. If I didn't have a doctor's appointment in the morning, because my doctor's appointments are never in the morning, ever, unless I end up on the triage list, and some doctors will see you in the morning, depending on which doctor it is, but yeah, it's typically in the morning. If you end up on the triage list, they tend to get you in the morning. But the last time I had a morning appointment was the 2nd of November. I only remember it is because if you watch the video, I tried to see my doctor. I think it's gone up. I think it went up last week, that vlog. And she wouldn't see me, and because I was having a bad day, it just ended up with me on the phone a lot to the receptionist, upset and moaning about not being able to see her and being really dramatic because of how I felt. It wasn't until I'd calmed down and a couple of days later when I realised how dramatic I actually been that day. So that was the last time I was on the triage list. Oh no, I've been on since, because I've seen my doctor on triage since then. Or have I? I can't remember. I know I've seen her on triage. I don't know if it was after then. Was it after the 2nd of November or was it before? I think it was before. It's when I had flu. And I had flu before my birthday. Was it before my birthday? Oh, it doesn't really matter. This video's not even about that. So I've not seen my doctor in the morning since the end of May. I only ever had 2 morning appointments with her from memory. So I always try and get afternoon appointments. So yeah. So typically if I couldn't sleep, I would have just set my alarm for a little bit later to have more sleep. So my alarm went off and I'd had about 4 hours sleep, maybe slightly a bit more. But I was still exhausted and unwell and from the day before. So it went off and I'd actually set 5 in total. I only had 3 on my phone and I added an extra 2 because I was so convinced with how tired I was that I would fall asleep or I would sleep through the alarm. So I'd set 5. So the first one went off and I woke up straight away and I turned it off, and the next thing I know, my next alarm was going off, which was set for 7 minutes later. So I'd actually fallen back to sleep and have no memory of actually lying back down. So then I thought, I have to literally now get up, because if I don't, I'm going to fall back to sleep and the next one will go off, and then I'll fall back to sleep and the next one will go off, and then eventually the alarms will run out and I'll be going back to sleep and totally missing my doctor's appointment, and she wouldn't be happy because it's a double appointment and someone else could have had that half an hour, or 2 patients could have had that half an hour. So I got up and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be a long, long day. And I got in the shower straight away, and I'd washed my hair last night. If you've watched Vlogmas, I was sat here with wet hair. Well, the top half was wet, the bottom half was drying and it had gone frizzy. So I got in the shower and I got out, and what did I put on? I put my dress on actually. Didn't put my tights on at that point, I just put my dress on. And then I came downstairs and I got a can of natural energy drink. It's called Tenzing, T-E-N-Z-I-N-G. I have mentioned it a couple of times this month, and no, I'm not sponsored. I wish I was, because it's a really nice drink. It's 6 ingredients and they're all natural, and I actually like it. It's quite pricey. I think it's like $160 or $150 or something like that, and it's a very small can. So I brought that back upstairs and I started doing my makeup. And I'm actually loving the foundation. I think I mentioned it earlier in the car because I was like looking at myself. I do have a radiance primer underneath, and that's what might have made it look a bit extra today. I'm not sure, it might just be the foundation, but I'm loving Max Factor foundation at the moment. I had one for ages, and it's a 3-in-1. It's meant to have concealer and something else. I can't remember what the other thing is with the foundation. And I didn't use it for ages, and then one day I was like, oh, I've used all these foundations loads of times, and then I spotted that one and I started using it. So then when I spotted one in B&M for $5.99 instead of $12.99, I got it, and I've worn it a lot recently. So I did my makeup, and I didn't do my brows because I couldn't find my brow pencil. Then I found the one that I'd used on Saturday when I was having a play with my makeup, and there was only a tiny bit left in it, and it snapped off, and I was like, oh God. And I knew I had one in my car. So I thought, right, I'll just do my brows in my car. So straightened my hair, and the next thing I know, it's like 10:30 and my appointment was at 11:15. So I was like, oh my God. If you've watched my videos, you'll know it takes 10 to 15 minutes minimum to get there. And my dad had texted me around the same time the second alarm went off, because he'd gone out to get the turkey, and he said, you need to leave earlier because the cars are frozen. So I was like, oh my God, I've got 15 minutes, I've got to defrost my car, I've not got my tights on. So I'm there rushing to put my tights on, and then I put my knee-high flat boots on. I did intend to change them into my ankle heeled boots that live in my car, but I was like, no, I want my, because like knee-high boots keep your legs warm as well. So I was like running downstairs, and I'm picking up her presents. I did get a presents, and I filmed talking about them and what I got her last night, because I knew, thank God I knew, I wouldn't have time this morning. If it would have been an afternoon appointment, I would have had time to come down and chat to camera and show you what I got her, but I didn't. So I filmed quite a long clip last night, so I'm going to insert it in a second. So you're going to like go from now to last night where I'm having a good old chat about her presents, then you'll come back to current time. I'm actually filming this on Sunday night, but it's going to be footage for Monday's vlog, which you should hopefully be seeing Tuesday, aka Christmas Day. So I think, well, end of October, but I think you wouldn't have seen the footage till early December. You would have seen that I bought 3 boxes of chocolates for my doctor for her birthday, and the reason I got 3 is because I bought one and that's all I was going to give her. Then I convinced myself she may not like the flavours in the chocolates because they weren't your typical chocolate flavour, and then I bought 2 smaller boxes of chocolates and I gave them her for her birthday. So this is her Christmas presents. It's all meant to be in this gift bag, but that gift bag, even though it'll fit in here, if I put that in here, the other 2 items will not fit in. So, and then I could have took the item out of here because it's only about that big and put it in here, but then I thought she might want the Jo Malone gift bag. I mean, she might not, she might have a load of them, who knows. So this is the original gift bag that I picked up, and there wasn't much choice. There was literally one that had a reindeer on it and it was glittery, and something else in this size because I did leave it till one day last week. You'll have to look back at my Vlogmas to see what day I picked these up on. So I really like this gift bag. I don't like that it's all weird on the handle. So it's really metallic on this side, but when you turn it around the other side, it's not metallic. So in here, there's loads of tissue paper that I don't want to take out because I've put 3 lots of tissue paper in, so it kind of wraps around what's in there without wrapping it, if you know what I mean. Like, you can lift it out and the presents are not wrapped. But in here there is a box of truffles. It's like a square box about that big, and they've got champagne truffles in. You may have seen them. Did I buy them during Vlogmas? Yeah, I would have bought them during Vlogmas. It would have been a day when I went to Marks and Spencer's. It weren't the last time, it was the time before. And then last time I went, you would have seen that I bought a gold bottle of Prosecco. It's small, it's about up to there. That's what's in there. There was another present, but I ordered it online and it came. And it came in a tube, and it was a really nice tube. Like, do you know, like, if you would have watched my vlog the other day, you would have seen I got a bottle of beer and it came in a cardboard tube with a lid on. So it came in a cardboard tube probably half that length, and the lid was missing. So you could see what was inside it, even though obviously the outside told you. You could just see what was inside it, and I ummed and ahed over it, and I thought, well, I could take the product out. But then I thought, well, it doesn't look Christmassy because it's in a Christmassy-esque packaging, so that's why that's not in here. Otherwise it would be in here. And it was a Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish, the small size, with a muslin cloth, and it really needed to be in the tube to give it as a gift. So I'm going to keep it for myself because I do use it. It's perfect for travel. And then this I am not taking out, because I had to tie the bloody bow, which took me 9 million years because there's no ribbon left. Do you know, like, look, as you can see how short the sides are. And also when if I did take it out, it's in a black box with a ribbon on, which I'm not undoing. But basically it's a Jo Malone candle. For a start off, I wouldn't have bought her the perfume because I think there's a half-size bottle that's £52. Actually, it's not half-size, it's 30ml, because I bought my mum that bottle a couple of Christmases ago. And then the full-size bottle, is it 90ml, and it's £90. So it actually does work out cheaper to buy the bigger bottle, basically. So no, I haven't got a perfume because of the cost of it, but also I wouldn't know which one to get her. So I've basically got her a candle, and it's the small one, it's about that size, it's really tiny. Because I thought the gift bag it would have come in would have been about this big, which would have then fit in there, because I don't want to go in with 2 gift bags, and I don't want anyone who works there seeing me walk in with a Jo Malone gift bag. So, and the candle fragrance is my favourite scent by Jo Malone, even though I haven't smelt them all, but it's Pomegranate Noir, and it's just a little one. It's the smallest one they do. I think it's like the cheapest item they do. Actually it isn't, I think the lip balm is cheapest, but I won't get another lip balm. So my presents for my doctor, and like, this has just all been placed in. But really, if I would have known it was just going to be the Prosecco and the chocolates, I could have got a much smaller bag, but I did put that in, and I could get the Prosecco in, but it was bulging, and I couldn't get the chocolates in, so I don't really want to go in with that bag. So there's a good chance between now and tomorrow I'm going to take the candle out and just put the box in there, because I don't want to be seen walking around the doctor's with a Jo Malone gift bag, because everyone will just presume I've spent £90 on a perfume, which I certainly haven't. It's literally, it's there. You can see the bend where it is in the box. Anyway, this footage is going to go in Vlogmas Day 25, but I'm doing it now because I'm seeing my doctor in the morning at 9:45. So I know I'm going to be rushing around like an idiot, and I'm not going to have time to film this. So if you're wondering if I got my doctor a present, yes I did. So yeah, I rushed out to my car and I'm like, oh my god. Started the engine, got out, got my squirty stuff for the window, because I've still got some in from last year. I had a squirty one and there's a can in there. I don't know if the can still works, so I just took the squirty one. And it was mainly the back screen that was a little bit frozen. The front one on the driver's side was, but the passenger wasn't. My dad said his car was absolutely frozen solid, but his car was parked behind mine yesterday, so I think his car had took the brunt of it. And all I did was like squirt the back screen and then came back and did the driver's side, and it basically defrosted. But all that I was left was like a misted up screen, you know, when it's misted up. Then I realised I'd not done my brows. So I'm sat there doing my brows and someone walked up next to my car and it made me jump, and then I realised it was Lance, the postman. I only know his name because he's also the landlord of the local pub. So he walked up my path and I was like, and then I put down what I was doing because I didn't want him to know that I'm sat there doing my makeup. So because I knew I only had like 30 seconds, I actually did these brows in 30 seconds. So it goes to show I don't need to sit there for 10 minutes doing my brows, because they look better than they do when I spend like 10 minutes on them. And it was because I looked at the clock and my appointment was for something like 8 minutes time. So I was like, so, and they look better than they normally do, so that speaks volumes. But then it took ages to just clear the driver's side of the window. And then I set off, and when I got to the main road, I had 6 minutes to get there. And I was like, well, this ain't gonna happen. And then I got a mile down the road and literally everyone was driving like 10 miles an hour and there was absolutely no need for it. So I basically walked into the doctor's surgery 5 minutes late. And I know they give you a little bit of leeway, but I knew my doctor would be on time because of the time of the day. And I was just like, oh my god. And then I went in and the assistant practice manager was on reception with a new girl that I've never seen before. And they'd only recently, in like the last 3-4 months, got 2 new receptionists. So I thought, well, he's training her up, like, has someone left? I don't know. And then I sat down waiting, and I was only waiting a couple of minutes and she came out for me. And all I noticed was a jumper. She had a Christmas jumper on with Rudolph on the front. So I basically couldn't stop staring at her jumper because I couldn't have imagined that she would own anything like that, because she's always so well dressed. Like, it looks like she plans her outfits like in advance, because she just always looks really well put together. So I went in and handed her presents because I didn't want to sit there with them. And she's like, oh, you really shouldn't have. And she's like, I'm going to take them home and open them tomorrow because I don't have much under the tree. So I went, oh. And she went, what, do you want me to open now? I went, no. I went, oh, because you've not got much under the tree. And she's like, well, I know what I'm getting. I didn't ask. It might be some cosmetic surgery, or I didn't want to ask in case it was. I mean, she doesn't need it. She looks absolutely fantastic. She always looks like she stepped out of a salon. Today, actually, when she has her hair down, she looks my real age, not the age everyone seems to think I am. And when she has it up, it makes her look a little bit older. So she had it up today, so it did make her look a little bit older. But she just had this red jumper on with Rudolph on. And I like... It was just totally distracting me. I'm talking to her and I'm just like looking down at Rudolph because he had this big red nose and it was just really distracting. It'd be good if she was like a children's doctor, because they would have loved that jumper. So I was like looking at her eyelashes, because she's had eyelash extensions, but she's got really fluffy ones, and I have a thing for eyelashes. Like, if I could afford to, I would have lashes like that on continuously, but I can't afford it, so I don't. So I'm either looking at her eyelashes or just being like totally amused by Rudolph. So she was like, she's basically going to open them tomorrow, and I'm like, well, you might not like them, because she might hate them. So yeah, we talked like, she didn't type anything down that we talked about. We just had a general chat about how I'm feeling and things like that. And doctors don't need to type everything down. Like, if they think it's really important, they will. But I know for a fact that she didn't write anything down, because when I left, I'd literally only just walked to reception and she'd come out for her next patient. So that basically means she didn't write anything down that I said. And I was with her for 45 minutes in total. And because I went in at between 10 to and 5 to, and I came out at just after 20 to 12. And then I went, because she told me to book my next appointment. I was booking my next appointment, and I'd asked for my prescription for next week and the week after, because I had this week's, because she gave it to me last time I saw her, because she gave me the week that I saw her. She missed last week, which I had to go in and order and collect a couple of days later, and then she'd give me this week's. So I said, can I have next week's and the week's after? She's like, well, you've got till the 7th. I went, I don't have till the 7th. And then I told her what she'd done, and now I had to come in to get last week's. And then she's like, she's looking at it, and I'm like, I'm due it next week, because I've picked it up today, so I'm doing it next Monday, and then the week after. Anyway, I'm stood at reception, and I'm booking my next appointment on the day she told me to book it on, and I'm looking down at my prescriptions, and I noticed not the next one, but well, actually the next one is wrong. She's put something on that I'm not due for about 3 months, because she keeps giving me it every time she gives me a prescription. I need to speak to her about this, because she keeps putting 2 things on that are monthly, and she's put them on this week that I've collected today. She didn't put them off last week, because I went in and ordered last week and got exactly what I wanted, but she's put it on the week before, and I had it 2 weeks before that. So she's giving me 2 of the things that I have on monthly, weekly, but she's giving me a month's dose every time. So when I go in, I need to speak to her, because it's $8.80 a prescription, so she needs to stop giving me all this stuff, because one of them is that cream that I stopped taking, but my spots have well, they've cleared up about 60%, but it's really hurt my skin. So I forgot to actually mention it today, because we was just chatting about other stuff. So I was looking down at them, and I noticed on the one that I'm picking up, not next week but the week after, it's got one of my items missing, but it's got other stuff on that I don't want. But I was just like, can I order such and such for such and such a date, because she's not put it on. So I ordered that, and I left, and I went to Tesco, and I thought out of all the supermarkets, Tesco would be the least busiest, because every time I've been the last couple of weeks, it's not been that busy, and people have been going on about how like Asda and other supermarkets are super busy. So in my head, I thought it's going to be busy, but I don't think it's going to be super busy. So I get on the car park, and the car park is probably 85% full, and I'm like, oh crap, this is fuller than I wanted it to be. I sat in my car for ages. I filmed like my first clip of the day for this, and I just sat there like watching all these people go in and out. Like, it was just so busy, and I was like, I've never had to do Christmas shopping by myself before. Like last year, my dad dragged me out the day before Christmas Eve when I was really, really ill, and I just literally rammed the trolley full, and it was really expensive, and my dad moaned at me. I did have about £40 worth of Tesco vouchers that day though, which calmed him down a little bit. Then I got took in hospital the next day. So I'm walking around, and I'm like, oh God, I can't deal with this. Everyone was like in the way, everyone was standing in the way. Like, there were people like, basically, you know, those people who think they can just stand there and hog a whole aisle, and they're not going to move, and they're not really picking anything up. and they're just looking and they're not letting anyone get near. It was full of people like that. And I was just like, and I was the queue for the self-checkout were massive, but the queues for the checkout that other people check it out for you were even busier. And I'm like, I can't deal with this. I got in the self-checkout queue and my little trolley was actually rammed full. I think I showed you what I got. I keep just spending money and it's getting ridiculous now. Then I came home. Also whilst there, I had to buy oil because I've not had the oil and filter service done, and it's been needing doing for ages. And the last couple of weeks, every now and then, I get code 79 froze up on my dash, and that means it needs oil. But it's only coming on for a short amount of time and then going off, and it's not coming on every day. So last Friday, I dipped my oil, and I was like, oh crap, I need oil. Went to the shop and I was having a bad day, weren't feeling great, and the oil was on the bottom shelf and I couldn't really like see what I was looking at, and I picked like various ones up and I found the one that was for my car. I think it's modern diesels with a turbo, that's my car. And then I just put it back down and I didn't get it, and I've not been out of the house all weekend, and today I was like, I've got to buy oil. Regardless of where I am, where I've got to get it from, I've got to get oil because it's throwing up code 79. I've not had the oil and filter change. I need to put oil in my car, otherwise I'm going to end up damaging my car. And if it's saying that like the oil light's coming on, it needs oil. It's not just saying it just for the fun of it. So when I went today, I got the oil, and literally as I was getting on the motorway, well, the slip road, code 79 came on. And when it's come on every other day, it goes off in less than a minute and it stays off. No, code 79 stayed on all the way home, so I was like, yeah, it's definitely got to the point where it desperately needs oil, because other days it's just going off, so obviously it's not that desperate. Well, it was. So I think I got the smallest one, which is a litre, so I need another litre in it. But putting 1 litre in is better than putting nothing in. So I know I'm not going to be able to really afford the service because I've got other bills to pay, and you know, it will get done, but I'm just going to probably buy some more oil in the new year. But at least it's got that litre in, and it definitely needed it. And yeah, and then I filmed the like food haul, sat down, had a pork pie. Did I show you the ice? There was also a bag of ice, and then I found frozen porridge. I don't know if I showed it, I think I did. It blew up in the microwave. Still blown up. I asked my dad to clean it when he come home because he doesn't do any of the housework, and he hasn't done it. He just sat there and did nothing. So it's probably like concrete now in the bloody microwave. And I had that pork pie, and then I filmed Friday's video, which is longer than I thought it would be. I need to edit it this week and get it up. I've not done anything for Tuesday. I don't know if I'm going to do a Tuesday video. Sunday video is still on my phone and it won't save. It won't export. So I don't know if that's ever going to go up. And yeah, I've not really done much. I've wrapped the remaining presents. I had chicken Kiev thing with mashed potato and gravy. I've had a couple of clementines, I've had some appetizer. Not had a cup of tea today, I'm going to do that next. Sat over wax melt burning away. Nothing else to say about the day. I've done nothing else that I can think of. That's my life at the moment. I sit down, it feels like 10 minutes and it's like 3 hours later. But all my presents are wrapped. Not mine, for me, the ones for my dad. He's had his main ones. I've not spent that much this year. I said to my doctor when I was leaving, because she's like, oh, thank you for the presents. And I went, you might not like her. She went, oh, I'm sure I will. My doctor has expensive tastes. I don't know if she will or she won't. Like, Jo Malone candle's only about that big. It's a small one. And a small bottle of Prosecco and some truffles. Like, she might not like it. Like, I did say to her, it's something small. Like, when she saw the Jo Malone bag, I bet she was thinking, has she got me perfume? Like, I wouldn't get her perfume for a start off because it's 90 something pounds for a big bottle. And if anyone's having a bottle of Jo Malone perfume and I'm paying for it, it'd be for me. But then you don't know what fragrance to get. But it's like the travel candle, it's like that big. She might not ever use it, she might not even like candles. Like, and I said to her, like, I'm going to ask you what you think of it when I see you next. And she's like, oh, I'm sure I like it. But would it be funny if I say, oh, did you like your present? She's like, and then she can't remember what I've given her. So yeah, that's that. And I'm just sat here and I was like, oh, I've not filmed much today. Now I've filmed like 26 minutes. Might take something out, might not, who knows. Father Ted's on the TV. That's another thing. Got my vlog ready to go for 3 o'clock and it went up and then it can't be viewed because I put a clip of Father Ted in it and Channel 4's like, hell no, you ain't having that in. So I took some of the clip out and turned the volume off and got it up before midnight. Hopefully it's going to let me keep it up because it's a boring vlog anyway. And yeah, that's that. I mean, also like Vlogmas has done better than I thought it would do. Like, I'm getting between 20 and 40 views on each video. And I'm also uploading my normal bi-weekly, my Christmas content, Sunday, Tuesday video, Friday video, and they're all doing quite well. So thank you for watching them if you're watching them. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers, which I've been saying for over a year. And I'm like on 165, 66. Like, you know, please subscribe. Obviously, like, Vlogmas is now over and this is the last daily vlog. There was a part of me tempted to carry on until the end of the year, but Vlogmas typically finishes on Christmas Day and I've struggled with this at times and I've not even followed my own rules, like if I'm struggling or if I'm ill and I'm too ill to do it, or I just can't get it up on time, I won't put the pressure on myself, but I have done, and there's been days where it's just mentally drained me. I need to start doing daily uploads because it is too much for me, and you know, I feel like I've done really well, and I like some of my earlier ones. There was some really good ones at the beginning that I was really happy with, but I'm just so mentally drained and I'm not used to this daily thing of putting myself out there and having to be on, as in on in talking to the camera and talking about my day and talking about bits and pieces. I know I don't put the entirety of my life or the entirety of my day, and I don't come on here and I haven't, like I've talked about going to see my doctor and I've said I've been in there for 45 minutes, but you don't know what was discussed in that 45 minutes, and no one ever will because, you know, she's not wrote it down. Like, they don't, it's up to the doctor what they do and don't write down. It's up to the doctor what conversations they get into with you. Like, I'm so grateful for my doctor. She has kept me alive this year. I'm sorry for people who may not want me to be here, and there's times when I don't want to be here, and I feel so grateful to have her. And there's lots of people, when I talk about the help she gives me, or you know, the fact that I'm here, and I truly believe it is because of her. A lot of people say I'm so lucky to have such a caring and understanding doctor, and I've been told that not every doctor's like that, and not every doctor will get involved to the level that she's got involved. But, you know, she's a really nice person, and I do frustrate her, and I frustrate myself, and I can see, you know, her intentions are coming from a good place, and I do feel lucky to have her as my doctor. I've said that so many times, and I don't think she'll ever truly understand or appreciate what she has done for me. And she said to me today that I'm not as bad as I once was and I'm doing better. I don't think that's how she worded it. I can't think of how she worded it, but she's just basically saying I'm in a better place than I was and I'm doing better than I was, which is true. And I don't struggle as badly at times as I did, but there are times when I do really struggle. There's been times during Vlogmas when I'm giving part of me every day. Whether or not I tell you much, you know, it doesn't matter, but it is mentally draining because I'm so used to keeping myself to myself and only putting 2 vlogs up a week, to now turn it into this daily thing for 25 days, it's tough. Luckily, I got all my bi-weekly scheduled, and I got the extra 2 scheduled as well, so those 4 have been scheduled for a little while. I still have some footage left on my phone from before Vlogmas, which I want to edit and schedule this week, and then hopefully I'll get up what was meant to go up on Sunday. I don't know, the footage is still on my phone, I might have to just re-edit it. I've got a video for Friday, like I said, I need to edit that, but I have nothing for tomorrow, and I didn't know what to do tomorrow. I do have some story times on my computer that I filmed in May, which I feel like, should I put them up? I don't know. Like, they will go up, they're nothing like life-changing or anything like that. I don't know if I'm going to end it here or not, but in case I do, I just want to thank each and every one of you who have stuck by me through Vlogmas. If you've subscribed, then welcome. If you're not subscribed, then please do. And I hope everyone has an amazing Christmas and New Year. And you know, this isn't the last of me. I'm not going anywhere. I may change the little bits here and there, but you know, my Sunday and Tuesday video is going to be here for the long haul. Whether or not I get it up every week, you know, I'm not going to kick myself over. I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to be like, oh, I've not got it up for weeks. I just do what I can when I can. My mental health does have to come first, and yes, I have kind of pushed it with my mental health this month, and my physical health hasn't been great, but I've still got the content up, and I am proud of myself for doing that, because it would have been so easy for me to give up whilst I've been ill. And I did promise myself I wouldn't push myself, but I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I got 25 videos done and up, as well as all the other videos that I've got up. And if I've got a Sunday video up and a Tuesday video and a Friday video up, then I've done really well. Feels like it's a full-time job at times, so I mean, and I make no money from this. I've got less than 1,000 subscribers. You need 1,000 to make any money, but then you need to get a really stupid amount of views to actually make money anyway. But I'll keep going, and I'll keep striving to get 1,000 subscribers, and they'll probably change the rules again, like whatever. But yeah, December's nearly done, and Paul Murphy still doesn't have his guide dog because Bruno ran away.